beginning of the program about McLeod. How did it all come about that he was moved to the half-back flank after being maybe a half-forward flanker?
I'll tell you the truth, and I know young Andrew won't be upset by this. He was a lazy half-forward, and he wasn't working hard enough. He had these little spasmodic bursts, which were fantastic, but
going nowhere.
It was discussed, and why doesn't he go back where he's responsible for a player, and he has to be accountable, and he has to work. And the kid has just come on in leaps and bounds.
Was this all decided at a think tank, was it?
It was discussed, and the decision was made.
But also, hang on, any defence today needs a star.
We're not interrogating you, Neil. We're just asking questions, that's all. Yeah. Just asking you a simple question.
Those discussion and tactics stay in South
Australia. Yeah, that's right, that's right.
We're going to take a break for Watergate.
This man's unbelievable.
More shortly.
Yeah.
You're with the grand final footy panel. KB, at half-time, were there any signs there that you could see that may have suggested to you what would unfold in the second half?
Sandy, I was concerned when, as I said at the start of the program, when Hall kicked those 3 goals and looked like the Saints had the run on, that all of a sudden the Crows were able to sort of shut them down and just sort of, you know, reconsolidate themselves. And in that third term, when Allen and Caven came off the back line and kicked goals, and they were actually streaming out of defence, it seemed that maybe at half-time they decided that they'd run down, draw people out of the defence so that they'd have more options up forward. And when they kicked a couple of goals, particularly Allen booted 2 in that quarter, and Caven kicked 1 off the back flank, and chipping in was Bond, who was a very, very dangerous player all day. I mean, the signs were there that they were going to be pretty tough to beat in the grand final.
How many times was Lappin brought back on, do you know, after he was taken off when he got thrashed by McLeod?
About 3. About 3.
Yeah. He would have played 3 quarters?
No, he wouldn't have played 3 quarters, no.
So he's been an informed player of recent months, hasn't he? Like,
I just thought he might have been a young boy who was just overcome
I understand
of the day.
But he's been good in the lead-up.
Might have played the game mentally, you know, so many times over and over that we know he's a very good player, and he'll be a good player.
Just speaking of the youngsters, Curls, I mean, the youngsters of the Crows were fantastic, weren't they? From Kane Johnson up.
Yeah, a little jittery early, but settled down much quicker than against Footscray.
It was very interesting. I was working with Gary Ayres, who is a genuine disciple of Malcolm's. And he said before the game, he thought that the Crows would win the game. And at half-time, he was sort of thrilled because he thought that he could see Malcolm's moves, you know, in his own mind and what Malcolm was going to do, and they were taking place, and he was sure.
He thought at half-time they'd win?
Yeah, he thought at half-time
Win was a significant factor, wasn't he, after half-time? Well, his ability to sort of drop back, take a few marks, get in the way of, you know, Stewie Lowe and the other forwards. That was quite significant, because as the game went on, even though Cook did very well at the centre bounces early in the game, Wren's mobility to get back was very significant.
The marvellous thing about it is that the faith that Malcolm put in Jarman in having him in the centre and then shooting him straight down to play full forward, and the fella responded to do. I mean, it's a fairly difficult thing to be an on-baller for 1 second and then go back and kick 5 goals, and the fella did it perfectly all the time, didn't he?
5 goals in the last quarter of the grand final. I sometimes get 5 early, but not 5 late.
It'll be a different feeling at the Wavell Showgrounds, though. And
is Harold Pronto going around?
The pride of South Australia, with the mighty Adelaide Crows. And on that note...
And if they don't keep winning, we'll punch them on the bloody nose.
It's like working with the Norman Lubbock Choir. To the Wavell Showgrounds, Matty Campbell. Matty, good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen. How are they treating you, Curls?
Fantastic, Matty. No problem at all here.
What's it like there?
It's very exciting, actually. The crowd is building up. They're expecting somewhere between 40 and 50,000 people here today. It's amazing. And I don't care. I'm happy.
Where's all your port gear? You usually wear that.
It's in the cupboard, mate.
Have you got any features over there, Matty, or films or museums or art galleries that people can go to?
Churches.
Yes, they're all closed.
All closed?
What, the churches are closed as well?
Actually, everything's closed except the Wavell Showgrounds. You should have seen it this morning. I came in on about the same time as the team, and they were lined up the road out of the airport, let alone the airport.
Matty, anybody missed the plane?
Not as far as I know. I did see them, I was at the tennis centre when they came back and met about 3,000 or 4,000 people, and a few of them were celebrating early, so I'd be surprised if a few of them are feeling pretty good this morning.
Channel 7 still replaying the grand final on that continuous tape?
Yes, KB, it's just got the button, and someone's hammered a nail into the play button.
They won't play the reserve grand final by any chance, will they?
Now, have you seen any signs of any of the official party, including the players, of course, going over the top?
Well, I think I saw Malcolm Blight last night, and I just looked at a side of Malcolm Blight that probably we hadn't all seen. It was just sheer joy was the only way to look at Malcolm and that part of it. So, yes, they will go over the top, and deservedly so. They played a fantastic game, and it was a terrific grand final as well.
Do you know what time you're expecting the players and officials there, Matty?
About another hour and a quarter they'll arrive, and then it'll be absolutely pandemonium.
Just another quiet day in Adelaide. Matty Campbell, thank you for that at the Wavell Showgrounds, and thanks for all your help during the year.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
A significant thing we failed to mention yesterday, that Malcolm Blight's interchange bench was restricted to one halfway through the first quarter. It took his options away from him, and Jamison and young Sampson both out injured. That was a fantastic effort.